Hello my fellow full of the samurai players, Zaript here, and I'm out of Aggony 1v1 Championship 2012, yes, I'm out unfortunately, and I'm going to show you the match that took my chances to advance, and the final points in our group, Group E, is 7 points for Prussian Prince, 6 points for Iriskin, and 5 points for me. So this was really deciding game. The one to win this match was the one to advance on the second place after Prussian Prince. So let's take a look at army compositions and how this match goes. First game is on man, my brain really doesn't really work today. For some forest, man, my brain. Okay. Anyway, it's Iriskin is hosting first game, and he is an attacker. So this is his map, and he have 4 Yariki, 1 Shogunate Guard cavalry, and his Yariki are 2 of them kind of strong, level 8, and 2 of them level 4. His Shogunate Guard cavalry vanilla. And he has quite a strong line contingent. 3 Azure Dragon forces, 4 Azure Dragon forces, 2 White Bears, 1 Black Tortoise force, and 1 Royal Marines. His general is Command Gem. So he brought line heavy army with cavalry support. I got stronger cavalry. I got 4 level 6 Yariki, and my Shogitai level Shogunate Guard cavalry level 4. I also have 2 Shogitais, 1 Spear Levy as a mid-shield for them. I have Shogunate Guard infantry for morale boost of this small rush force. I have 2 Black Tortoise force just to have some cheap line units, and Royal Marines. So, and on this map it's really risky to go into game without having any melee contingent. As you can see, just by seeing my Shogitais, he is a bit resistant of entering the forest. He does not want to. And I should say, Iriskin he isn't very active player. He is the one who plays better in defense. So he does not want to attack me here, even so he an attacker. He wants to wait for my mistake. But just from his composition, I can tell how to play against it. And in the first game, I was still fresh. I I have seen through his game easily. So my plan is very simple. I use this Royal Marines to put some pressure on this 125 range units. He has to do something with them. He have to move a little bit from the way, and he cannot attack with his cavalry. Because if he tries, here I will still win. Even 3 cavalry against his 5, with support of 2 line units. He can break me here, I believe, but for this you need very good timing, and he isn't very confident in his timing, as you can say. And what I'm doing here is very simple plan. I'm putting a pressure on his flank, so he have to choose that either he spread more or he presents a smaller front. And he don't really want to let me surround him. So he tries to play more spread out. He tries to send my cavalry away from his flank. So he doesn't really want to make his line shorter, because he knows that if he cannot swap around me with his line, I actually got an advantage in frontal fight if his line isn't spread out. And now it's just this small movements, and it's not like I'm waiting for his mistake. No, and actually I'm very proud of this first game just because it's this rare occasion where I have a very clear plan. I noticed how he moves how he reacts to my Royal Marines and my cavalry. And what I want right now, I really want to position my Royal Marines in such a way that I push these 2 units, maybe even 3, farther away. And then I will get my Marines closer here. So my Marines will be something like a pivot point here. They will control this area, and these 2 units, they will be isolated from a main fight when I decide to start it. Because you see, I don't really have anything here, anything slow, but his this 125 Azure Dragon Force and Whitebeards, they slowly moving away from main force. And what I try to achieve with my own movements is to create a cut here. You see, this is what I waited, and I deliberately pushed for it with this 150 range unit. And this is actually quite risky. If he charges all 5 of his cavalry here and simultaneously attack with these 3 line units, this might destroy me. And you see, he's actually reading my maneuver. He tries to keep his forces together, but one thing I already accomplished. 1 line unit is too far away. And now I'm starting, because I see that he's kind of reading my plan, so while this force is still far away, I decide to start engagement here. First I present my cheapest line unit, Black Tortoise Force, protected with spear levies to some degree. Probably I should have pushed with spear levies first to eat first volley. But now you see, all this force, these 3 line units, it's very difficult for them to get into the fight because of this 150 range Royal Marines. So these 2 units in the forest, they really control this area. For me, here I mismicroed my Yari cavalry, it will get charged. But at least I managed to shut up all of his line units on the flank. So I closed the 1 flank completely. Very good for me. Fighting here. But it's not very clear what is going on in the middle. My Shogita is kinda getting to the melee, but kinda still not. But surprisingly, his Royal Marines, I'm not sure if they bugged or something, but they doesn't shoot. If they shoot it, maybe I could have actually lost my Shogitais. And here you see, these units, they are just useless. Just 1 unit of Royal Marines, keeping them busy enough. And they can't even they don't even have a line of sight here, you know. So on his flank, I got what I wanted. Even if we just count, even though these Royal Marines are very expensive, without many losses, they keep busy 3 line units, destroyed 1 already. So these Royal Marines are very cost effective here, even without much kills. And now, at this point, I knew I have won. Just because we exchanged cavalry, and he is an attacker. So it's kinda over. Without melee units, without cavalry, he cannot really attack effectively. So let's see how I'm getting rid of his general. And as you can see, I don't have any frame drops. And that is because I'm upgraded my computer. And this is partly why I wasn't very prepared for this game. You know, I'm a bit geeky person when it comes to computers. So instead of playing practice games, the whole day yesterday I was upgrading my computer. I bought new motherboard, some Asus One. I brought new CPU. It's Core i5 3470K, so very strong processor. Unfortunately, Shogun 2 uses only one core, but you know what I do right now? I'm not only I'm recording, but on 3 other cores I have, I'm encoding at the same time. So after this game ends, all I have to do is to start uploading. Well, I still have to work with sound a bit, which is so refreshing that I don't have to wait until game encoded. So instead of charging me in making a last charge, Iriskin decides to concede, and he, I believe, was a bit angry after this game because it's not. Some people consider it unhonorable to wait in the forest, and it seems he took this game very seriously. But we managed it very fast, and I should say he is a very friendly fellow, if you know him better. Okay, let's take a look at what happened. My composition army was a bit more expensive, even considering 1 unit of spear levy. I got 200 less men. But I was more effective than him. And you see, this really doesn't show the real stats just because he conceded. If he played until the end, my unit effectiveness would have been even higher. So these Royal Marines that I used so efficiently this time, I'm very proud of them. And next game will show you why I'm so proud of the first game. It's like it's not good to say something like this about myself, but it's a rare case of brilliance, you know. You see, he didn't really have a weak point that I could have exploited without any risk, and I created that point. I created the weakness by splitting his army. It was forced mistake, and yes, I'm proud of this game. Oh, I'm sorry for that. So, two Shogitais, obviously they did well this time, and this what will destroy me in a second game. I'm running a bit ahead here. This time I did wait until I sent my Shogitais. I waited for gunfight to start, and this attack was very well timed, so they got in fight without many casualties. My cavalry obviously did okay. I mean, that 2 units that survived initial cavalry fight. Other than that, nothing interesting to say here. Iriskin's Royal Marines did well, but even so they did well, they lost much more than mine, so in the end they weren't. In late game he had no chances, I believe. Yes, I think this time it's not really. He brought a wrong build, I believe, on this map. Not enough strong cavalry or cavalry protection, and with build like this, if you don't get into the forest first, it's not clear what can you do without melee units. I mean, how do you attack a forest position? It's just... and so if you gave up the forest, basically you give up boss dodges on this map. So yeah, I would say bad build choice and not a very good plan for this map. And my plan was quite okay. You can even call it counter build to some degree. Okay then, let's take a look at second game.